Guys, Friday. Yeah, Friday. For some people, I'll be uh, I'll be doing the work thing tomorrow. That's okay. Before we take a look at Broken Bow Brewery's Marbledale, an American Pale Ale. This is one from New York Half-Ass Prepper, NYHAP. This one is from New York, and I believe there did not give the alcohol percentage on here. But before we do this, I just want to say thank you. Christine actually got a package today from Johnny and Nicole, Johnny Watson, and they threw a couple things in there for me. Let's see, where do we start? First, this might come in handy. Normally this is never a problem, but colon cleaner. Let's not mix this up with the breakthrough. Let's see, all natural, hot sauce. I guess I'm not sure the level of nastiness on here, but anything called colon cleaner could be the shit. Next, I just brought this down to show you. They've sent her a whole bunch of really cool stuff, but she can show you that. I just borrowed this one for a moment. This is a Texas shot glass. We've got Yankee, Cowgirl, Cowboy, and Texan. And I think the next line up would say Hazman 440. I thought this was pretty funny. I was going to open it, but I'm actually waiting for my friend Greg to get over here, and me and Greg and Christine are going to some Mexican place that's supposed to be really good that I've never been to. So I'm not going to bust into this because I want to wreck my appetite. I'm trying to keep this. You'd be surprised how much beer it takes to keep this figure. Tactical bacon. Smoke flavor added, fully cooked. I firmly believe that bacon has the potential to bring out world peace. From Anonymous. Directions: open and receive bacon into you. So I am going to give this a try, just because I really like the can, and I'll probably save it as a little desktop souvenir. I'll probably pop the bottom open. So yeah. And not sure about this one. Scorpion sucker. A scorpion sucker. Blue raspberry flavored. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a scorpion? How many of you would eat that? Speaking of that, I was just went outside to grab a table for Christine's aunt. She's having a rummage sale or craft show or something, and there's a squirrel that's building actually he's renovating. I think he acquired the place on a foreclosure from a squirrel last year, and it's like we surprised each other by the tree, and he kind of looked at me, and I kind of looked at him, and then he kind of went. I'm like, wait right there. And I ran in, and I thought maybe he was related to Travis, and I grabbed some Fruit Loops or Pete, the Armory Channel, and came back out. And in the time that I had gone, he had evidently understood what I had said and was, only like 3 feet now away from the door. So I tried to give him some Fruit Loops, and evidently squirrels don't like Fruit Loops, but he came close enough that I could have actually handed him one. And it dawned on me that if that would have been Chuck, he probably would have had, I'm sure he holsters one of his gunsmithing hammers, and he probably would have whapped the little bastard in the head, and then featured some kind of a video where he was showing him how to be prepared with the right amount of Louisiana hot sauce and mayonnaise. And last but not least, Johnny sent. I'm pretty sure this one was for me and not for Christine, since how she doesn't drink beer. Clown Shoes, the Good, the Bad, and the Unidragon, a Russian Imperial Stout. This is actually Johnny had sent me a picture of this, and first of all, okay, fine. Beer advocate. I don't think there's been any pros that have tried it, whoever they are. Definitely, maybe Paul from PA Brew News. This is a Texas only release. Cool. And it hasn't had no professional reviews, and the lackeys gave it an outstanding. So it's kind of a. But as of right now, I've probably only had a couple things from Clown Shoes that wouldn't have been an 8 or higher. So, and if this is anything like the normal Unidragon, it's 10. And we are going to look at this tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually my Friday. So, unlike a normal day, I can actually drink. Okay, so I'm going to put that right in the on deck spot. And let's grab a glass. See, I was not prepared. Gonna have to use my hand because it's not a bottle. And we are now committed. Good Friday night, man. Starting off getting some head. Gonna have to go kind of careful. We don't want to screw up the pour, which we still might anyway. Good thing I grabbed a big glass. Okay, well, it definitely has carbonation. Has almost like a little bit of a hoppiness to it, and some sweetness, a little caramel sweetness, and due to this, now I need to tell some kind of a joke or something, or maybe resort to texting somebody or checking my. That's just my buddy. Oh, and there's Steve Bush. Hang on. It's Steve, so it is something important. I probably won't share that, Steve, but I'll go with wow too. That's sounds like a real idiot. Okay. Cheers. Yeah, I still got a little time. This is gonna be a long one either. Could kill a couple more seconds and maybe say or talk about the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. The obviously, why not someone from the Obama administration? The dude from the CDC said that if you were on an airplane next to a person that had Ebola, that you would have absolutely no concern, or should have no concern. I don't even know if he took enough time to breathe in another grasp of air, and then blurted out, if you have Ebola, you should not fly. Reassuring. Cheers, guys. Okay. This has to be one of the most flavored pale ales I've ever had. It has an IPA, citrusy, up front, along. Well, now I can smell them. Along with some spice. I don't know if that's coriander or what that even is. This reminds me of some of the Christmas seasonal stuff that I've had. So, this is a side note. My buddy Greg today showed me a picture that was in the news. Maybe some of you've seen it. This was on Facebook. Just because, and I know I'm guilty of it. I try really hard, especially being a parent and trying to do the right thing. I do that all the time. Showed a Corvette, pretty much buried right under the rear end of a semi. Evidently, the semi was sitting on what it looks like in the picture, the semi was sitting on the side of the freeway, and this dude was texting while he was driving his Corvette, and reared onto the shoulder and went straight under the Corvette. They found the upper part of his body in the front seat of the car with the cell phone still in his hand, and his head in the back of the vet. And I realize it's one of those things that's easier said than done sometimes. More power to you if I know several of you that don't even own cell phones. But to minimize the distractions is a good thing. So it's kind of eye-opening. Or in this case, head-opening. Man, it's even getting that whole color right up into the bubbles thing. I haven't read the can or done any pre-video prep of any kind, so I'm just seeing if they allude to anything of what they've done here. Not really. Well, let me tell you my exact thoughts. An American Pale Ale, to me, this is not. So if you're out looking for a if you're out and you're really thirsty and you're at the liquor store in New York and you say to yourself, I'd really like an American Pale Ale, I don't recommend this, because if you're there for a pale ale, I expect something just to step up from what you're gonna get on American domestic, maybe with more flavor.
And if you don't want that, you can always go for some coffee.
Yeah, that's a
I have other things to show, but I just had to sneak that in there because I think it's so awesome.
Here, you can have your shot glass back too.
It's not mine. I thought it was yours.
I'm assuming that they sent me a tactical bacon, and they sent her a tactical bacon. Pretty sure the colon cleaner wasn't yours, and we're probably not going to be fighting over the scorpion embedded.
Well, there's 3 of them. I'm assuming there's one for you, me, and Sam. What?
Stephen Bush. Get the fuck out in the Obama symbol.
Wow.
Yeah. I already showed this, but I'm happy to show it again. Because I really wish Obama would get the fuck out. But his plan is to fundamentally destroy, well, I mean, change America, and he's doing it. And yes, Ray, absolutely agree with you. Obama is not an idiot. He started off to destroy America, and he's done a really good job of it.
And he'll be quite successful by the time that he leaves that White
Oh,
House,
yeah.
if he ever does.
Yeah.
There's talk that he's just going to be a dictator.
Greg has to be home by 8, so he said he'd be here at 5:30. So hopefully you're.
He can just suck down a Red Bull and deal with it.
Maybe he doesn't have a date. Maybe he's psychic and he realizes that at like 7:55 out by his house, a busload of babies and nuns are going to collide with a brownie group and burst into flames, and he needs to rush in and save everybody.
Right.
I'm sure it's not female related.
No, right. Kenny and Corey.
I don't think she bought it. Well, an American Pale Ale, for style, I don't give it very much on the E scale. For drinkable, flavor, like I said, you get that. You get like a citrus hit, a little bit of like a caramel sweetness, and then right behind that is like spices, and it's kind of earthy, like maybe you just gnawed on a flower bed, that kind of earthy. Then it's got a nice little dry spot at the end. Man, I would have probably classified, going in blind, I would have probably classified this as, if this would have said IPA on it, I would not have been questioning it at all. As an American Pale Ale, though. So, if the E scale is to reflect it being an American Pale Ale, then I give it like a 6 for it calling itself an American Pale Ale. Now, would I get it again? Yeah, I'd get it again. That spicy, spices, not spicy as in spices in it, and the overall flavor and the dryness, and it's got the characteristics that I like. I would get it again. It's just I would not call it a pale ale. I mean, it's not pale. I guess it's from America. So I'm just gonna stick with that. But it's still very drinkable. It's just a lot more than it's advertising, so it should be punished for that. Oh well. Thank you, New York Half-Ass Prepper. And of course, like I've already said, tomorrow we will be looking at the good, the bad, and the Unidragon, a Russian Imperial Stout. Oh, alcohol percentage on that. Yeah, it's got a little something behind it. I'd say broad sweep, 5.5 to 6.5, somewhere in there. And of course, this is Clown Shoes, so they will definitely have their info on here. Oh yeah, JR10, Desert Gold, 14%. Okay, we'll look at this tomorrow. Otherwise, so Heffy sent me the zombie repellent, which is also a fully edible hot sauce. Actually, it's kind of kind of funny. The two of them actually look like the exact same color. So he wasn't sure about, just letting this go or actually trying it. So I'm not sure about that. Which means the bottle would be gone until it was empty. And then this, I don't know what zest level this is, but I definitely love hot sauce and put spice on everything. So I've been fighting the urge to open this one. Okay. You guys be good. Enjoy your Friday night. I am. Go have some authentic Mexican food and some adult beverages. So, okay guys. Cheers, and we will see you tomorrow.